Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Welcome to Movies with James. Today we are going to be reviewing Space Jam: A New Legacy. I just finished getting out of the cinema literally an hour ago. I'm home now and I've got some thoughts on the film. It came out yesterday and yeah, there's a lot going on in it, to be honest with you. It's one of those strange films which is surprisingly not too bad. I think I just want to premise, it is one of those films where you just know going into it, it's not going to be very good. Its target audience is obviously family focused rather than like an actual good film, you know, if that makes sense. You know, the target audience is not really people who critique movies. They're just going after kids and, you know, trying to bring in families, etc. And it did a good job at that. I will say that it's a great family film. It's there was a lot of families there. It was quite weird. There's a lot of families in the cinema and then it was just me on my own. So yeah, I did film a cinema vlog which is going to be released tomorrow, so if you are interested in that, stay tuned for that. Yeah, it was one of those weird ish films, so let's get into it. So this is a sequel to the first one, which came out in 1996, and I was wondering that going into it. I didn't know if it was a sequel or if it was literally just like a restarting type thing, but it was. They did call back to the previous one, and there was some good bits in there which I'm not going to spoil. This is a spoiler free review, but they did nice things in terms of like calling back to the previous movie and the initial one, I guess, that started this whole thing off. I think the biggest negative for me for the movie was the plot itself. The fact that they tried to make it 2021 applicable in terms of like online and like a server and like digital, and I guess that's what we live in, but they basically made out like Warner Brothers is like this obviously this studio which has a hard drive full of all of its IP, which it does, you know, it doesn't actually exist. So it is true, but it was just too forced in terms of 2021, like too digital. And again, I'm looking into way too much. This is not the intention, but like that was for me a bit like, oh, okay, you know, is what it is. Family film, it is what it is. That's exactly what it is. You know, it's a film that is what it is. You know what you're gonna get. And yeah, LeBron James, however, is like one of the biggest stars in the world in terms of sports stars. He's got like one of the most Instagram followers out there. So he is the, you know, the top basketball player right now. You know, Michael Jordan was back in the 90s, and he is right now, in fairness. So, you know, they got that right. Again, I thought with Michael Jordan's acting, he is not a star in terms of an actor. He is just a sports star, you know. So acting isn't his forte, and it definitely wasn't LeBron James's forte. But it was what it was. You know, we knew what we was going to get, and kids don't really care about the acting. They just see this sports guy. I mean, at the end of the day, they probably don't even know who LeBron James is, you know. So yeah, but they did bring in a lot of the Warner Brothers IP. We saw Batman, we saw Superman, we saw Wonder Woman, all the DC stuff. They had Game of Thrones, they had Harry Potter, they had when he was just there in the background, you know, like they had all like the crowd was basically made up of Warner Brothers characters, and you could kind of see. I saw Yogi Bear, we saw Kong, we saw I Am Giant in the background. There was a few little bits that you could see, and that was quite cool. You know, it was quite good to look at that. There was music in there as well. We had the Wonder Woman theme. We also had the Harry Potter theme, I recognise. Game of Thrones as well, with the dragon, Daenerys and all that. So it was quite cool, you know, that type of aspect, bringing all the Warner Brothers stuff together. So that was quite nicely done and, you know, well-rounded. I didn't agree with what they did with the Looney Tunes characters, though. Like, they actually made, like, Bugs Bunny have fur, and, well, all of them, like, have fur and stuff. And then at the end, then, it basically went back to normal. So it was a bit weird, like, why they didn't just keep them as, like, flat 2D animated characters. That was my only critique with them. I felt like they could have just kept them as they were, and it wouldn't have looked any worse. It just was what it was. But overall, though, I'm going to give this movie a 6 out of 10. It was average at best, but it was an okay-ish film, you know, entertained. Not sure if I'm going to watch it again for a long time, but I watched it nonetheless, and I thought it was okay and average. Like I said, 6 out of 10 I think is quite fair. Stay tuned, though, for tomorrow, where I'm going to be doing a cinema vlog, and also on Sunday we are going to be revisiting the original Space Jam. So it's very much a Space Jam-packed, filled weekend full of Space Jam stuff. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday's video are all Space Jam related. So yeah, stay tuned if you're a fan and subscribe. Thanks for watching, though, guys. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.